JP White, SportsSpeak Sport. Happy to have Linda Miller with us today. Linda, you're one of my favorite people, and I'm so pleased that you are here. Tell me about it. What did you help broadcast the ball game one time?
Yeah, I did. We were at our junior high game with Silsby, and when Silsby was offense, I called the offense. When Silsby went defense, I called the defense. I knew the kids because I was teaching them, and my son was that age, so I knew most of the children at that time.
Well, I got some comments on that. The lady and the man broadcasting the football game, and then one of them doing like that. You did the offense, defense of Silsby, and I did the rest of it, but you made the show. They said it was the most unusual thing, people that did talk to me about it, and that they liked it. It was big time, it was good, and thanks to me for helping make one of my best broadcasts in about 30,000. So much for that. Okay, something else about sports. Did you play sports?
I did. I was from a small 1A school. It was called B schools back then at Goodrich.
Goodrich,
okay. Goodrich, yeah. I played basketball.
Okay. Did you get a scholarship or something, maybe?
No, I didn't. But I was an all-district player.
Good.
Yeah. I was one of the first, and probably the only one that I remember at the time that did a boys jump shot. So I was
You're doing the boys jump shot?
I did.
Hey, that's great. Of course, you probably don't even remember back when the girls played 3 on one end and 3 on the other.
That's when I played.
Did you?
I did. I was a forward. I sure was.
No kidding. Well, tell me about that. Most people don't know about that. How's that work? 3 and 3.
You had 3 forwards on one end, guarded by the 3 guards from the other team. You couldn't cross the center court line. If you went across it, you gave up the ball. It was automatic. And they'd have to get the ball from them and dribble it to half court, and you had to have your play ready for them to throw it to you, and you make your points.
All right. And in other words, there's 6 of you out there playing instead of 5.
Right.
When did I'm kind of curious for that. Do you remember about when they changed that?
No, I don't.
Okay, I do know this. While I was doing the Lamar Cardinal game, the Oklahoma was still playing it that way.
Really?
Yeah, we brought one of them, they did. Brought one of the girls that played that kind of ball down.
In college level?
No, that was the high school level. She was doing it, and they brought her down here to play with Lamar.
Oh, okay.
Incidentally, you like the Lamar Lady Cardinal program?
I do. We don't make all the games. We probably made 4 this year, and we fell in love with Jenna Plumley, their point guard. She's out of Oklahoma, probably one of the Indians, and she's probably 5'3", 5'2" maybe. And was one of the most magnificent persons to play I've ever seen.
No kidding.
She's great, yeah.
Okay.
Now here he's gone to, Tidwell's gone to overseas to Ukraine, I believe it is, and is bringing in a
Coach Tidwell has?
6'7" person to come in and play for Lamar next year. He's recruiting from across. Yeah.
Okay.
So that should be really interesting.
Well, that's good. Do you have something else in the way of sports that you'd really like to tell us about? You'd like to, something maybe unusual or something you liked? Or something? I know you watch a lot of, you got some favorites.
I watch college mainly. Pro is not too interesting to me, but I watch the Aggies every chance. We try to make at least one home game every year and take my grandson. Hopefully I can recruit him. He likes Aggies. We just have to hope he can get into A&M one of these days.
Not much. I'm a bit of an Aggie.
Okay.
But not much, just a little bit.
I'll watch him.
So much for that. Okay, by the way, did you do some running?
I did. I did 5K and I did 1 10K, but mainly 5Ks. We'd have the Brer Rabbit run out at the Village Creek. And
something unusual happened on one of those.
Yeah, my last one, I had not done any training, and I didn't think I could make my 5K, which is, 3.1 miles. And Judge Stover at the time was running with me and taught me through. I was ready to quit so many times because I had not trained. And this gets emotional. He put me in front of him and literally pushed me across the finish line to finish in front of him. So he let me win and let me finish. Yeah. That was good.
Somebody, the ladies club or somebody said you had quite a yard last month or something.
I'm in the garden club, and that's they chose our yard. Our azaleas had already been blown off before they got up there. I have an old wagon that's actually a manure spreader, and we have it out at front, and I try to change it out each season with different things in the front where people can enjoy it,
Sure.
look at it. And so
Yeah.
we have a lot of people stop, even professional photographers and just, photographers with their children, to put them out there in front of it and make their picture. I got to think of something to put in there between now and July the 4th, because that's my next big one I put out is July the 4th decoration. Well, I let Fred tell about it. He's my walker. We've done a lot of climbing. We say climbing mountains because it's just walking uphill. You're not really climbing. You have some rocks and things. We have climbed the tallest one in Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and Colorado.
Okay, and you got one of those big rigs that you call a
Fifth wheel.
fifth wheel or something.
Yeah,
Does he let you drive it?
He does, yeah. I pull it most of the time so he can hear me. He took me out to the parking lot at the school when we first got it and set up big 5-gallon buckets, obstacle courses, so I'd have to learn how to pull it between them and back it up, and he taught me.
Good. All right. Well, let's see. We're going to talk. We hope to interview Fred pretty soon. What else? You got something else wild you want to tell me? Or not so wild? Anything fun?
I
good?
like hunting. I haven't done a lot lately, but I used to follow my daddy around squirrel hunting.
No kidding.
All the time. He did a fox hunting. He was a fox hunter.
Well, tell about that. About all I know is they got a bunch of dogs out there and they listen to them bark and that's it.
And they know which dog's barking. They know which one's leading. They know when that dog cuts out and is going to try to come around and come in the front and lead the pack. But they never killed the fox. That was not the object. They took care of them. They even fed them, if they could, just to keep them in the area. But when Lake Livingston came in, that took in a lot of the area where they did a lot of their fox hunting. So.
Sleeping on the trailer.
Yeah, slept outside many a night. Daddy had a dog trailer and the top had a little border around it with the wood, edge. And we may be taking off down the road to try to see which of the dogs when they cross the road with us on the back. You couldn't do that now with kids, could you? Pull us in that trailer, just let us go.
Did you lose your dog sometime?
We did, but we know how to blow the cow horn and call them back in.
Yeah, but you hardly ever lost one you didn't bring him home.
No. We used to have. That was the duty of my mother a lot of times, was to go out and check. They'd leave the trailer there and the dogs would be laying down under the trailer. The next morning he'd be at work, she'd be hunting his dogs for him.
There you go.
Like at our home, we like gardening. I do a lot of gardening. I have vegetables. I'm getting squash right now.
You eating squash right now already? Raised it this year?
We did. Squash and radishes right now, and with peppers and tomatoes and eggplants and cucumbers are coming on.
My goodness.
We do our own sugar cane. We raise that. We make our own syrup.
Do you?
We grind it.
I remember something about that. Tell how that works.
Well, the cane's growing now, and in the fall we like to have a little frost on it because that does something to the sugaring to the cane. We cut it. We put it in the mill. We pull it, turn it around. It's one of those horse-drawn ones, but we do it with a John Deere tractor. This deer rides a John Deere.
Oh, you
round and around, and we cook it out. Probably start about 7 o'clock in the morning and we finish about 4:30 in the afternoon. It's an all-day process because we do it in the big kettles, not the evaporator pan. It's the kettle where you cook off one batch.
Yeah.
We've got it down to where we cook off no more than 40 gallons of juice, and that probably gives us about 4 gallons of syrup. So that's about all you get out of a day's work.
Oh my goodness. Didn't know about all this.
We try to share that with friends. We don't sell that.
Now, don't forget me. I have any
You like
friends.
syrup?
Yo, do I?
Well, I make a pretty mean biscuit.
I go for that too. Yeah, my goodness, yes.
We would always, when I was growing up, Christmas morning was homemade biscuit, melted cheese in a cast iron skillet. You just let it melt. And you had sour cream and cheese and syrup and biscuits. That was a must for Christmas morning.
Oh, great. I tell you. Ooh, this is a good interview.
Well, it's a lot of things that a lot of kids don't know about. And he works with the Boy Scouts, and he can talk about that. But we've had them camp there. Now, they kind of butcher the cane. They like to get happy with that machete cutting the cane and might mess it up some. But they got involved in it, and I think there's a lot of memories made.
Yeah.
I think they'll remember.
Do they have to peel? They got the cane got some little limbs.
You don't peel it.
You don't peel it.
You break off. You take off all the fodder, you call it.
Okay.
And then you just grind the whole stalk down and you
run it through. It goes.
Run it through a mill. It's cylinders that are turning around and around, and it squeezes them, kind of like your old wringer washing machine type process.
And you say they used to put a horse or a mule or something in there
drawn one, yeah, this
and
one.
walk around and grind that stuff. But
Right.
you just put it. You got a John Deere tractor. You
It's
just
a
sit
little
up there.
lawnmower.
Oh, it's a
lawnmower.
Oh, is that what it is?
Lawnmower, and I just ride around and around and around in a circle,
How about that?
turning it and grinding the
That's
juice.
great.
And a lot of people like to drink the juice when it comes out, but it's
Yeah.
pretty nasty looking to me. But my daddy would always take us every year to up around Moscow, Texas, and Leggett, and make us go to the syrup mill. He took us and let us go, and wanted us to drink that juice just to see, because mother's mother would keep it in a gallon jar in her refrigerator. Some people said it was like a laxative, but my youngest grandson would lap it with his tongue when we'd take his dipper away from him. He liked it so good it never bothered him. He did fine with it.
Oh, good.
Used
good,
to
good.
when we were doing it, we've been doing it probably 16 years maybe, 17 years, something like that.
Goodness.
We had a lot of bees would bother you when you do it, because they're coming for that honey. But we don't have as many bees or yellow jackets anymore, and I think it's a lot of the mosquito spray that they're spraying. I don't know that, but you would think that
We
something
maybe
is
spraying
destroying them because they're not around us like they used to be out there.
There may be a little danger in some of that.
Yeah,
Some
and
places, not here.
Yeah, but there are dangers. There are diseases in the beehives too. They say so.
Oh.
We miss the bees.
And you live out somewhere here in Silsbee.
I live on Knipple Road, and I like to invite people to come by and see the decorations, enjoy them, stop and make your picture out front if you like it.
Yeah, okay.
And maybe it'll bring a little bright spot to your day.
Okay. J.P. White was SportsSpeak Sports. We talk sports and a few other things. And I tell you, Linda Miller, you're one of the most precious people to me, and you've given me a good interview. Didn't know all this stuff. Now, I know there's a lot more. I probably need to interview you again in order to get you to tell a lot of these other things. Your Lord blessed you pretty good. You're talented.
Yeah, the Lord blesses me a lot. And too much is given, much is expected.
All righty, J.P. White, SportsSpeak Sports, and we'll bring you another one pretty soon, pretty soon. Thank you.
SportsSpeak Golf Cars and Motorbikes. Highway 327 West in Silsbee has this sophisticated, street-legal Tony Lamborghini golf cart. 6-seaters, 4-seaters, customized trailers, LaFree electric bikes, manual pedal bikes, and a motorized Velo Solex. Tires, wheels, trolleys, and accessories for club car and easy-go. SportsSpeak Golf Cars and Motorbikes. Highway 327 West in Silsbee. Call them at 385-3838.